Our content is made for information and entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice, nor are we financial advisors, and we'll never tell you what to do with your life or money. Please do your own research before trading or in any type of investing. YFT Network does not work for nor in part of any existing business or privately owned organizations. If you would like to promote your business with our platform, please check our website at YFTNETWORK.com. Shalom, shalom. What's going on, y'all? Let's get it. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me just send this link out real quick. Hold on 1 second. We are live. In the Telegram chat, 1 second. Start going over some things. All right. We're live right now. Shalom, shalom. What's going on? YT, baby, let's get it. This is a live stream, public live stream. Y'all see what's going on in the market. We are going bananas right now. Hope everyone will be able to tap in. Appreciate the Patreons. Sign up to the Patreon. Yeah, man, thank you for your support. Oh, a lot of things going on in the market, man. Let's get over it. So we're at $965 billion for the entire crypto space. That ain't nothing to play with. That is nothing to play with, bro. I mean, all the haters, all the YFT haters, you know what I'm saying? Go kick rocks. So 965 billion, Bitcoin dominance at 67%. Pretty much dropping as we talk right now. You know, you guys, we passed 74 bit. So for y'all tapped in, this is for YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. So if you're on YFT Network, Facebook, Twitter, check in. Crystal Clear Crypto was good. Appreciate you for tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing popping, man. So let's look at the market overview already. So Bitcoin, we did pass 35,000. For you guys that know that, Ethereum 1,170. XRP still in the slums. A little bit of pump. Litecoin, busting with 11 billion market cap at 168. Cardano is really moving up the ranks. 30 cent. Now XLM, you guys had XLM, real good pop. That thing's been going bananas for you Ripple lights that flooded over to XLM. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made that happen. But another good one, Chainlink. Chainlink's been really popping. That's one of our biggest holes right there. You know what I mean? We're really into Chainlink. Overall, the market's doing good right now. A lot of the altcoins getting their shine as expected. As we were talking for days now, if not weeks, we're looking at this altcoin market cap. So let me go ahead and make this bigger real quick. Hold on 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. All right, so we got the whole picture for you guys right now. So this is the altcoin market cap. This is the weekly chart right here. Everyone that's been tapped in, if you've been tapped into the Patreon, we've been letting you guys know what's been going on. This is the line that we've been looking at this entire time. This line right over here. For anyone that's confused with those two arrows right there, and we go all the way over here, and we can see them right here as well. So no one should be confused, especially if it's on our Patreon. This is not of course we're on YouTube as well, but if you want our exclusive content, come to the Patreon where we actually follow the market, and get things situated before things even start moving. So we've been in the green ever since there. So the altcoin market cap, we hit this resistance right here, as you can see, around 142 billion. And when we got to this first line right here, this mid-log channel right here, this is where we were expecting our breakout. So last week, and we talked about this yesterday as well. So last week we had that big green candle that brought us through. And for you guys that don't know, we posted this picture as well. This is basically a inverted head and shoulders. So when we had that big green candle that came out last week, boom, we can already see the mirror image of this entire grid. So I mean, these are quadrants for anyone that knows about economics a little bit. I mean, we got all these 4 quadrants right here. You can see this is pretty much it's a slanted inverse head and shoulders. So I mean, we had this heavy dump, which is obviously this was COVID right here. That heavy dump brought us all the way down. So it would have been better if we kind of went sideways a bit and then we dumped right here in the middle, but it was pretty skewed to the left a bit. And I mean, when you understand economics, understand statistics and economics, a lot of the times the data is skewed far left or far right, but it doesn't take away from the entire picture of what you're looking at. So as you can see, you have your 2 shoulders right here. You got one shoulder here, one shoulder here. You have your head right here. This is when we were grinding on the support right here. So on this side, that old support became resistance. Now this is the altcoin market cap. This is basically the same as Ethereum right now. So this was posted for everyone to see on our Patreon. And anyone that's tapped into our Patreon, you guys know this is already posted. So right now we're looking to see how this thing's going to play out. So this candle right here, just pay attention to this candle. You can see we basically broke out that purple range that we were over here back in 2019. And we're in that purple range right here. We broke out of that, which is that big red candle that you see over here. Basically the same thing. Then we have another candle that's coming up right here. So we could expect a little bit of a pullback. I mean, the altcoins have been pumping crazy, but you never know, especially in an environment like this where things are just going crazy. I mean, we could just, go straight up right here. Now, it's not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. I mean, the smart people have already been entered into positions for a while now, looking at pullbacks and trying to get into coins that fit their liking. So, I mean, we understand this chart that we see right here, inverse head and shoulders. And now we're just going to draw it up how we saw it before where I just showed you. So right here, boom, you can see right here, when we were riding this as support right here, then we fell down, came up. That's the shoulder right there. Boom, that's the head. Another shoulder. Boom, grind on that resistance right here, which is old support. So you can see already when I zoom in, boom. This is all she wrote right here. This is what we're looking at right here. Boom. You can see this big green candle right here. Another one right here is really pushing. And from where we're at right now to the all-time high is about another 82%. So right now we're sitting at a $300 billion market cap for the altcoins, which is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin's still stuck at, let's see what Bitcoin's market cap is right now. Bitcoin's market cap, 650 billion. You know what I mean? So we're pretty much half of that right now. So if Bitcoin does drop a little bit, I mean, right now I don't see the price for Bitcoin dropping as much, to be honest with you guys. We did drop down to 30,000, but we came right back up. That flash crash, I mean, took off of 5,000 and jumped up another 5,000. So, I mean, that's pretty good to see. That was just a minor pullback, probably faked a lot of people out. A lot of rich people got even richer. And people trying to get in scalp, they got wrecked. So let's just keep looking at this. Let's go over to the Bitcoin dominance, because that's something that we've been, really been harkening on to for you guys that have been on the Patreon for real. Let's look at that Bitcoin dominance real quick. You know what I mean? This thing. So Bitcoin dominance for the week, pretty much getting a little weaker. You know what I mean? As we expected. Before earlier it was probably around here, around 68, and we're just slowly going down. Now we're at 67. So these candles can start doing a whole bunch of things. We don't know right now, but if we just do a simple Fibonacci retracement, let's do it from this top over here and go to the bottom. So boom. So right now you can see, look, in between the 618 level and 786 level, this is 100% up here. So when we start when we start our Fibonacci retracement from this top over here from back in 2017, this was before this is before the last bull run. So remember the last bull run went from 2016 all the way to 2018 and ended right around here. So this is 100 right here. This is 0. So we go from 100 to 0. Then we retraced. Basically, we didn't get all the way to the 0.786 level. So you can see right here, we put a high in right here, and then we put another lower high right here. So Bitcoin's dominance has just been on a lower high trajectory since the altcoin market has been, since the altcoin market has been a thing. So you can see here from back in 2015, and this is all we've been following on the Patreon. For you guys who've been on the Patreon, we follow the same chart all the time. Boom, lower high, and then boom, another lower high. So right now we got 1, 2, and 3 lower highs. Now that doesn't mean that this cycle is automatically over. You would like to think just because we tapped here that the altcoins are just going to go on a rip. I'm expecting pullbacks in the altcoins on the altcoin market. I'm not going to say that we can go straight up to the all-time high again, which is possible. But Bitcoin dominance will fall way off, and we just have to know that. But when you're looking at this cycle for what it is, and we barely retraced back to that 0.786 level. Let's just draw a zone right here. So this zone right here, I'm going to draw it from right at the 0.618 level, and we're going to go all the way to the 0.786 level. Boom. That's the 0.786 level right there. Now, this is the information you guys get when you get on the Patreon. If you sign up for our gold membership, we roll through this all the time. So if you guys are on YouTube right now watching, Twitter or Facebook, this live right here, this is just a sneak peek of what you guys will get. This is not something we do on YouTube all the time. So you want to get on our Patreon, tap in with us, just so you get a feel of the market. Because when bear markets come, we want to know when things turn as well. You just don't want to hop on YouTube and look at YouTubers. We don't tell you when to buy or sell, but it's always good just to be tapped in with a network just to help you understand what's going on. So here you can see I've drawn this big old gray rectangle right here. So automatically, what do you see right here? When we have that retracement, you see this blue line right here, the 0.786 level. Let me go ahead and make that bigger so you guys can see on the screen. Let me go ahead and make that a little bit bigger. All right, boom. So that blue line should be visible right now. You can see all the way back here in 2016 what happened. We had a Bitcoin dominance dump right here. Boom, at that 0.786. Ever since then, we have never reclaimed it. We dropped all the way down. Now, this 0.618 level is real important because look, this is where we see a lot of confluence right here. So back in 2017, you can see we played around a little bit, then dumped off, and then look at this big old retracement that we had getting back to that 0.618 level right here. So that 0.618 level, just looking at it so far, the chart right now, you can see we stopped right here. We got over it right around here in 2019. We went underneath it. This is the green line that I'm showing you right here, right at the bottom of this triangle. This rectangle, this black rectangle, this gray rectangle that I drew up. You can see when we got back to it, we pumped up again. We dumped off, stopped at it one more time right here, dumped off again. And then at the end of the year, we blew right past it. And now we're basically at that descending parallel channel that you guys see drawn up with the red line. So if you look at this red line right here, you can see we've gotten hit with these lower highs. So right now, if I just draw a little triangle right here, let's draw a little small triangle right here. Boom. And I'm going to make that yellow so it's easy to see. Boom, right there. We're looking to see how long are we going to stay in this triangle. Now, if Bitcoin stays in this triangle and consolidates, we can see a slow rise in the dominance for the altcoins. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that could happen. You know what I'm saying? Just because we do have a cycle that's still playing out. Ultimately, you would want something like this where we just sell off and go right down. That is possible still. But I mean, also keep your eyes open and keep keep everything peeled back and just understand, look, we can still bounce off this support right here at the 0.618 level. Now, if that happens, that doesn't mean there couldn't be altcoins that are still pumping, but I don't believe there will be much volatility bringing us back to that all-time high in the altcoin market. I mean, because look at all the support that we had here. We had all the support we just talked about over here, and now we have hella support right over here, resistance right over here. We fell through the support, came back as resistance, and now if we do come back under here, we're going to be dumping. That's when the altcoins will most likely take off. I mean, then we'll come back down and test this ascending line right here that's going up. You can see we tapped it right here, tapped it twice right here. And put another red line another red arrow over here. Boom, we have a red arrow right here. So you can see this blue line already is real important for the entire Bitcoin dominance. If we get back to this line, this is going to have to bounce if Bitcoin wants any more strength. So we're going to keep an eye on that and just look at that for the Bitcoin dominance. Let me just go back to the altcoin real quick, and then we're going to jump into the dollar, see what the dollar's doing. So you can see right here, we've been on a parabolic run. If I draw a micro scale of that parallel channel right here, let's just draw a micro scale right here, a micro parallel channel. Let me change the color to that. So you can already see that we've been playing around inside of it. Boom, right in the middle here, went up to the top right here, went down to the bottom, went to the middle. Now we're coming up right to the top right here. So it could be possible that we get right to this parallel channel, to the top of it, and get a little sell-off. It could be possible. Don't underestimate these technicals. You know what I'm saying? So right around where we're at right now, we're at 308 billion. So around 325, 330 billion. We could follow this top right here over here and possibly get around here and get a top right now. You know what I mean? That will also correlate with this right here that we talked about. So if you see it here and then we go sideways a bit, just like how we went sideways over here a bit and then pop and then went up, this could happen right here where we get to around 308, sell off real quick, go down, pull back, and then boom, take off again. So that's what I'm looking at personally. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're going to update you guys this one on the Patreon. We're not going to be on YouTube live all the time giving you this information. If you want to support us, you come support us. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, you know what I mean, our Patreon link right now. It's in the description below. Patreon.com /YFTNETWORK. If you want to, you know what I mean, throw us some tips, anyone that's supporting us, you mean you've got a CashApp YFT Network or PayPal.me YFT Network. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go support the network. You know what I mean? We do this for y'all. We are not greedy. Our Patreon is very cheap. It's not like a lot of these other people out here charging hella money just to get on their Patreon. So we want to watch this part right here and see where we fall off. Now let's get to the dollar real quick, because the dollar is what we really want to watch. The dollar has been really taking a hit. It bounced just now, matter of fact. So let's look at that. Let's look at that dollar real quick. See what it's doing. So this is the weekly chart for the dollar. So we begin lower lows after lower lows on the weekly chart for the dollar right here. Let me go ahead and take this Bollinger Band off. And you can see this entire time, ever since COVID, all the way up here, COVID brought us all right here. This is when everyone got scared around the world, ran to the dollar. So that brought the dollar way up to 102. And then we've been down ever since, and crypto's been pumping this entire time. But as you can see here recently, especially when we're consolidating right here, boom, you can see we've been getting lower lows after lower low. I mean, lower low after lower low. So boom, you can see that we've basically been trending down. And this week right here so far has brought us all the way down to around 89.2. A pretty big buyback so far, but that doesn't mean anything right now. Let's go to the daily chart right here. So the daily chart is really what I'm looking at. Let's see here real quick. And gold is starting to pump too. So I feel like gold will put that pressure on the dollar too. Just continue to keep declining. Gold has been pumping good. The stock market is still going to all-time highs. as you guys know. But remember, this support down here is what we're looking at 88.34. So we're pretty much getting wider. Look at this. Look at the 50-day moving average and the 20-day moving average. Obviously, this is the daily chart. We've been in the death cross this entire time, ever since June. You can see that the 20-day moving average, which is this red line right here, that turns to green a little bit and comes down again. That's the 20-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is the blue line. So what we're looking at right here is, look, we're coming down. We went up, consolidated the 50-day moving average. And for you guys that know on the Patreon, the 50-day moving average is basically the same as the 50 level on the RSI. So you can see there's no coincidence why this consolidated here and we went up back to the 50 level on the RSI right here. Now we're dumping again. So, and you just want to look at how wide we are. Look how wide the moving averages are in between each other. So let's look at this real quick. And you can see that space that we're looking for. To me, it's getting wider and wider as time goes on. So here is pretty much the beginning of the dump. We consolidate, and now we're pretty much getting wider again. You know what I mean? We're getting wider right here. So even if the dollar does bounce back, you know what I mean, it could come back and bounce hard. You know what I mean, depending on what's going on. But I don't believe so, just because everything that's going on in the world, they're basically printing money is like all-time highs. This year is going to be even worse than last year because they're really going to have no choice but to print. They back themselves up so much, especially with all the stimulus stuff and all this money they have to spend and getting the economy rolling again. It's really going to backfire on Caesar. And basically, this is all his plan. His plan is to have the corporations run the country. People that don't understand that and continue to support these corporations and continue to hold the dollar, you're just losing out on yourself, because this dollar right here is just continuing to go down. So let me go to a 30-minute chart real quick. And you guys know this. You've been on the Patreon. Lower lows after lower lows, lower highs after lower highs. This is all we're getting. Now, this is the support I'm really looking at. We did get a real big bounce right here. So this is all December right here. So I'm really just looking at this turn right here. If I go to the daily chart and just let's look at this real quick. If I look at the daily chart, let's put a circle around the daily. Let's go around the daily real quick. Let's go to the 30-minute and put the daily on there. Apologize. Boom. So this is a 30-minute chart. Let's start all the way from December. Let's put the circle right around here. Change that color. Make sure I can see this on the daily chart as well. All right, we're good. We're green. So look, what I have circled off for you guys right here is all of December right here. So each of these candles are daily candles right here. You know what I mean? There's a daily candles. You can see that we're clearly trending down. You can see that we had another lower low right here. We bounced up a bit just for the day, but we're down heavy earlier today and last night. But you can see that we're trending down real hard. But if we go to the 30-minute chart, we take that same pattern. Now, for me to look at a bounce to see, all right, we're bouncing on this line right here. For you guys that don't know the structure that I use, this is a trading. This is my trading little secret that I use. You can see that we've basically been in and out from this yellow dotted line up top and this solid yellow line right here. So for me to see if we're going to bounce or not, I really just look to see if we're going to test on the top of this and really get a push up. If we get a real push up, that will obviously bring us to the 20-day moving average on the daily. I mean, so that's ultimately what I'm looking at right here. Is this going to come up and give us some green candles here and test that 50-day moving average? So I'm looking at the 30-minute chart, and I'm seeing we would definitely have to come up and test the 90 level. So you can see already at that yellow dotted line, we've been going down, 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 down. And every time we've come to test it, we've getting rejected. All rejected right here. All rejected right here. So even if this does come up right here, we still have to wait right here because that could be a huge fake out. You know what I mean? So even if we do pump up like we did pump up here, I mean, this right here was pretty scary. That happened like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, around 2 or 3 weeks ago, around December 21st. that was pretty scary because I was watching this. Crypto did pull back a little bit, was slowing down. But if we get something like this again, obviously I'm going to be looking at here to see what happens here, because remember, this could be just another lower high again. You know what I'm saying? This could be another lower high, and it could bring us right back down again. So until we break this diagonal trend right here, this yellow line right here, this is when I believe crypto will go stupid crazy. I mean, if we break this and come down, you can see we've already bounced off it twice. I mean, this is why I love using this structure when I trade. I mean, look at these perfect bounces that we had already. Boom, we had a perfect bounce here. And now this is a perfect hell of a bounce right here. Boom. So we want to see what the dollar's going to do right here. See if it plays around, see if it goes up and tests 90. I mean, we're sitting at 89.6 right now. But even if it does, we want to come back and get back to this line and actually break through it. Once we break through it, this right here is the next low that we want to get to. If I go back to the daily chart, we just showed you guys that. Let's go back to the daily chart. That's the low of 2018 right here. That's the ultimate low. And on this daily chart, if we do break that, we want to get all the way down to here to 85. This will bring us to this yellow line. And for you guys that know how important that's been, look how important that's been. That line right here has been so important. Look at this from way back in 2014 over here. That line was a heavy resistance. Look at this resistance right here. Huge resistance. I mean, we got over it just a little bit in 2015, but no, we ultimately dumped off. Then we came up and broke that line, and we came back down. This is in 2017. This is the beginning of the last bull run. We came back down, went all the way down, broke it, retested it, got rejected, and came back down again. And then we came up at the end of the Bitcoin bull run, and then we the dollar's been in a little bull cycle ever since 2018 to 2020, and then now we've broken down this entire time. So, yeah, I mean, we're still bear trending. You know what I'm saying? There's not really much to talk about as far as the dollar goes anymore. Just to see if we do get that bounce on the smaller time frame, that 30-minute chart. Remember, if you're tapped into the Patreon, we're going to be following that all the time, so you guys know. You know what I'm saying? We can't tell you when to buy and sell, but when we're in, we're taking profits as we go, and never be greedy. You know what I'm saying? So let's just look at these charts real quick. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. Let's hop into. So we looked at the altcoin market cap. We looked at BTC dominance. Let's look at Ethereum real quick. Now, Ethereum is still yet to get to its all-time high. You know what I'm saying? We're all-time high for Ethereum is at 1,400. Now, we're almost there. We're at 1,186. We're at 1,186 right now. And for you guys that don't know, hold on one second. Can't even find it right now, but whatever. All right, so boom, 1,186. Let's go to Ethereum over here. Ethereum's been on a tear. Just getting new highs after new highs. All right, so let's look at the weekly chart. We're going to break that whole chart down right now. I mean, so you guys see how we set it up. All right, so we're going to look at this. This is the entire chart from 2016 or a little bit before 2016. So obviously right now we can see the widest low to the right is right around here at COVID. This is March 2020. We had a low right here. Now, usually I would use these two lows, but I'm not going to use those two lows right now because we've already broken out of resistance. So if I take those two lows right here, let me go ahead and take these off real quick so you guys can see. You can see that we've already broken out of it for Ethereum. So these two lows right here, I use those two lows, I connect them when I use my parallel channel, and I bring them all the way up to the highest point in between the two. So we got the two lows right here, bring it to the highest point. You can see how important those points were. You can see support, easy. We got a resistance right here. Look what happened. Boom, we got hit right at resistance, fell down, but ultimately we broke right up. You can see we held that same resistance right here, support right here. We got over, dump, and then we held it as support and then flew up. So that line right there has always been important. But since we've broken it, I mean, we can't really look at it that much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to really pay that much attention to it. So I'm going to use the previous low before that. And usually I will go all the way up like this, but there's just not much data anymore. There's not much lines for me to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down. I would usually go from point to point and then bring the middle point in the middle of the two. But now I'm going to just go down and bring it down a little further where I can see a bunch of confluence yet. So already I can see right here, if I bring it down to this point right here, look at this. What happens? Boom. In 2016, you can see we basically hit that resistance right here. That was, what month was that? That was June 2016 for Ethereum. We come right up here. We get back to it. We consolidate just a bit and then fly up. So I'm circle that point right here. Let me just draw a line real quick for you guys, right in the middle. Draw a line real quick, right in the middle. Make it a blue line. Ethereum's looking strong right now, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is what we're looking for. Blue. All right, boom. So we're right in the middle of it. So we got that resistance right here. We got the consolidation right here. We got this dump right here. And then look what happens. We come right back up, hit that as resistance. And look, we're not even stopping right now. We're flying right up the resistance at this point. You know what I'm saying? So we're at 1,187. At the top of this channel right here, if Ethereum keeps going, you know what I mean? This top of this channel, we got to close this. We got to close this week first and foremost. Now we have a couple of days left. What is it? Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got 4 more days until this candle closes. So anything can happen with this candle. So far, I mean, right now we've been on the bull flag, leading up to these past 2 weeks right here. So usually when those bull flags happen, we get a huge volatile move. So this could be just the beginning of this move right here. I mean, nothing's for sure. I mean, we could always get a fake out and come back down underneath. I mean, and consolidate again around here. I mean, that's another scenario. But if we do come up, the targets for Ethereum, if we do the same thing as Bitcoin. Now, if we do the same thing as Bitcoin and break the all-time high, which is right around this level right here, 1,400, you can see that we're not that far away from it. But if we do break it, like we did Bitcoin, remember Bitcoin flew straight through the all-time high. So if we break it, I mean, the next level that I'm looking at right here is at the top of this channel. You know what I'm saying? That top of the channel, I know it looks crazy, and I know a lot of people won't believe it. You know what I mean? Until it happens. But from the all-time high to the top of this channel right here is around $7 grand. You know what I mean? So Ethereum is one of those coins I'm holding on to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ethereum's a gas token anyway. You need that shit just to buy these other ERC20 tokens. But around 7 to 8 grand is a real viable, what you call it, a target for us to look at. So let's just look at that. Let's just put a square over here real quick, rectangle over real quick, just for that zone. And now for the one thing I want to look at, let's do a Fibonacci extension. Now, usually I'll do my extensions from the cycles that we're in. So if I'm going to do from low right here to high to low, and that will put us around at the top of this Fibonacci extension. That will obviously put us around $2,000. You know what I mean? If we do get past there, but if Ethereum gets volatile like Bitcoin did, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if we get around to that 7-8 grand range. But if we do get to this level right here around 2,000, you know what I mean? We can get a sell off and then start consolidating here. That's pretty much what I had in my prediction earlier this year. So we get here and sell off again. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for, just to be conservative. But if we take this right here, let's take this Fibonacci extension over here. From this low over here, go all the way to this high, and then go back to the low. Where does that bring us? It brings us right to the level of the top of this channel. Yeah, I mean, it's not a coincidence. When you're lined up with these technicals and you understand what's going on, I mean, I love using Fibonacci extension. That's one of my favorite tools to use, because it just helps you see where the bear markets are at, especially when you look at the 0.236 level. So if we go from bottom to high that we did, remember, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this one more time so you guys can see. We went from the bottom right here to the very high, the top of the market, and we went back to the bottom over here around 80 bucks. And that 4.236 level brings us right at the top of that channel right here. I mean, if you want to be real, if you want to be aggressive, we can go ahead and bring this parallel channel all the way up to the all-time high. If you want to get real aggressive and say that, all right, we got a lower here, and a high here. If you want to get real aggressive, I know a lot of people do have this marked out on their charts as well. A lot of people are saying Ethereum could go to 20 grand. Honestly, I don't see it because I don't see a lot of mid-channel action going on for me to believe that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a lot of mid-channel action. So the reason why I didn't bring this channel all the way to the top, because I want to see what the middle of the channel is doing. So I brought it to a place of comfort where I can see, okay, we have a lot of action in these areas. You know what I mean? So this is the type of stuff you have to know and just understand, just to help yourself see the charts a lot better. So I mean, if we do get that breakout and you see this, look at where this happens. This only goes from at the all-time high to the very top. That's only a 400% rise. That's not a lot. You know what I mean? If you think in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot. That's, you know what I mean, 400%. We're seeing coins hit 400%, 300% just on one-day moves. So if for Ethereum to go crazy from the all-time high and do something like how Bitcoin did, you know what I mean, 8,000, you know what I mean, 7,000, 8,000 is not out of the picture. You know what I mean? That could really do some things. So that's what I have for Ethereum. Let's go to Chainlink real quick. Chainlink starting to go crazy. Let's see, Chainlink. All right, this thing want to act up. And for you guys that have been paying attention to Chainlink hasn't even gotten, I don't believe Chainlink has even gotten to a point where it's been in its parabolic state yet. Parabolic state, I apologize. All right, so it's not even letting me get on my old chart that I already had drawn up. Come on, man. Don't tell me I got to draw this shit up again. Shit want to act crazy. All right, whatever. We'll just draw it up again. It ain't no big deal. Cheers. I see you in the chat. Chuito, Crystal Clear Crypto. Let's set up this Chainlink chart real quick for you guys to see. Chainlink's looking real bullish. It's the weekly chart for Chainlink. All right, so you can see we've already broken. And for you guys that were paying attention to the Patreon earlier this week, we talked about Chainlink a bit. We've broken out a real technical triangle right here. You can see this descending triangle. We stopped right here beginning. If you can see, if you look at this daily chart, we sold off right here. We tested it, sold off, but you can see we recovered, and now we're breaking out that triangle. So already on the daily chart, you can see that we're looking to retest the all-time high. Now, that's just the daily chart. Let's go look at the weekly, the entire formation of this cycle, because I believe this cycle is far from being done. So let's just look at this cycle real quick. Now, this is the entire market overview. If you want to follow us, hit the Patreon. I mean, this is stuff that we go over all the time. This is how we get in our positions before we get into them. Just looking at what's going on with the deep technicals as far as, you know what I'm saying, the dominance and the altcoin market cap and all that. You know what I mean, this is the stuff we want to look at, especially the Fibonacci retracements and extensions. But let's look at this parallel channel real quick. Boom. So we're gonna use the most furthest lows right here. So the furthest low I see right here is over here. It's like we did before. This is COVID. You know what I mean? This is right here. COVID coming down right here. Boom. December 2018. We're going to go right to the middle of that channel. So we have these 2 points right here, 1 and 2. Go right to the middle of it. Now, Ethereum was different. Remember, Ethereum, I didn't bring this all the way to the top. Why? Because I didn't see a lot of confluence in the middle. So Chainlink's pretty much doing what I wanted to do when I set up this channel. So right here, when I bring this up, you can see already, boom, look at all this action we have here. 1, 2, 3. We actually penetrate that line, come up, another one right here, another one right here, another one right here, penetration, boom, hit it again. Now we're back up to it. So we want to see what's going on with Chainlink. Chainlink is one of those movers in the market, a heavy mover in the market, matter of fact, right behind Ethereum. So Ethereum, for you guys that know, the altcoin market cap and Ethereum is basically almost the same chart. So if you just overlay the Ethereum chart over the altcoin market cap, you pretty much get the same thing. Now for Chainlink, let's look at the Fibonacci extension on that. I'm going to go ahead and start from the bottom over here. Let's go ahead and start from the bottom from 2018, going from the top right here in 2019, going from the bottom right over here. So you can see automatically, look, we got straight to the top. You know what I mean? We topped right out, just like how we looked at Ethereum for that $8,000 target. This is pretty much, you know what I mean, 4.236 level is pretty much that level, which is very important. Now, if we come back up, you can see that 4.236 level is right at the same point as that mid-channel resistance right here. So we're looking at this for you guys, for your Link Marines out here. We're looking at this right here to break. We need this to break. And if that breaks and we get to the top of this channel, boom, it could be high rolling right here, at least $100. So $100 would be a good target right here for sure, just on Chainlink alone. Now, Chainlink, what I like about Chainlink is after setting up a fib circle, I mean, I don't do fib circles a lot with Chainlink, so let's just go over here. Boom. Let me get rid of these so you guys can see it. So look at this. From this red line right here, where we dumped off, this is back in 2019. Look at this red line right here. We dumped off right here. This red line right here, we pretty much dumped off and sold off that same type of action. Now, if this thing continues to go up, you can see already, and if we pass this mid-log channel right here, this mid-resistance right here, if we get up and start going parabolic to this blue line right here, and you can see that blue line which held its support real good in 2019. As soon as we got to it, we started flipping directions. We got to this red line, we started dumping. Now look at this, we're starting to hold that 20-day moving average of support. So we want to come up here, pass this line first and foremost. Even if we do pass it and consolidate a little bit, once we pass this blue line, I feel like it's smooth sailing from there. This thing is gonna break out so bad. I mean, so much. I don't think people will stop buying Chainlink. It's probably gonna be just like Bitcoin, where all the Bitcoin right now is real scarce in the market. You know what I mean? And if you look at Chainlink, just look at the technicals on Chainlink. This is nowhere near parabolic phase yet. We've been so much of a stage and sideways market in Chainlink, even though Chainlink's been doing good over the years. I mean, it's been giving good returns, but Chainlink hasn't been doing much. Look at all this sideways market movement we've been having. It's just sideways market movement after sideways market movement all the time. Look at this, sideways again. Chainlink has pretty much been going sideways for the longest now. And I don't think a lot of people see it, to be honest with you. Look at all this sideways action right here. Sideways for a year and a half right here. Sideways for another year right here. And pretty much going sideways right here. But you can see the cycles are getting shorter. So when I see that, for you guys that don't know what parabolic means if I just look at the Bitcoin chart, let's go to Bitcoin chart and show you guys real quick. Just so this makes sense to everyone. All right, so look at this. So let's just look when Bitcoin went parabolic before, right? And let's look at the cycles in between and show you how they get shorter every time. So this is Bitcoin right here. And once we started this bull run, this is the 20-week moving average right here, the green line that you see right here. Every time we go over the 20-week moving average, look how long it takes us to get to our high, get to our next high, and then go back to our low. So let me just delete these real quick so you guys can see it better. This is what I'm looking for Chainlink right now. It's just that Chainlink's been so much of a long cycle. It's really not showing. So you have to zoom out to actually see it. I just want to get rid of these real quick so we can see it. Boom. So right here, look, what do you see? We see our first breakout right here. Look how long it took for us to get from the 20-day moving average to retest that 20-day moving average again. Took a pretty long time, right? We come up again. Took pretty much of a shorter time to get there. Boom. Get up again, even shorter time. Get up again, shorter time. Get up again, shorter time. That's when you spot parabolic trends. I mean, so that's what I'm looking at in Chainlink. Look at this. This is our first cycle where we're bottomed out when Chainlink first came out. Boom. Long cycle. Bit of a shorter cycle right here. Still moving above the 20-day moving average. Now this is looking like a shorter cycle right here. So for you guys that don't know about parabolic trends, I mean, this is to the T a parabolic trend. Now, if Chainlink goes to shit, if something happens to their coin or some big news comes out, of course, that shit's going to dump hard. You know what I'm saying? But that's the risk you take when trading or investing. You know what I'm saying? Know what you're invested in. It's not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. But this is the information we give you guys on the Patreon. If you want to know more information to see us making our moves and see what we're calling and all that, I mean, subscribe to the Patreon and get tapped in. So I mean, just looking at that, if I just draw an arc, let's just draw an arc real quick, parabolic arc or a curve, and connect the curve. What's Chainlink at right now? 16.6. Doing this thing. Damn, I can't even find that shit. Oh, here it is right here. Boom. So let's start from the bottom over here. Let me delete these real quick. You guys already been on it. You already been seeing it. I just want to make the entire picture look visible. All right, boom. So just like how we seen in Bitcoin, let's connect these bottoms real quick. And let's bring it all this way up. Pretty hard to connect them all the time like that. All right, here we go. Now, just because the curve goes all the way up like this black line right here, that doesn't mean that's where the price is going. Usually when you have that and you look at Bitcoin, how Bitcoin did it, if I just draw a curve on Bitcoin, usually the price finishes before you get there. So if I just draw this right here like this, start from the bottom. Let me make that line this color. I know it's pretty hard for you guys to see because I have a lot of shit drawn up on there. All right, boom. So if I just connect all these, you can see right here. Now, if I have that curve going up like this and I have all the bottoms connected, you can see price falls off before we even get back to test that line, that support line right here. You know what I mean? So price was going up, went up, sideways movements, and then boom, we fall off before we get back to that line. So let's just do the same thing with Chainlink. We don't know when that will be. So let's say we do break that mid-channel support. We actually do break this right here. You know what I mean? We don't know how long it would take. Shorter periods of time. Boom. Come back down, blow off top. I mean, something like that could be for Chainlink. You know what I mean? A lot of people are saying $1,000. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go ahead and say anything, but you know what I mean? That could be possible. $1,000 could be possible. And come back and test that curve. All right. That's a little stuff that I have for you guys. Anyone wants to tap in, remember we're on the Patreon. Prices are still up. We're going to see what's going on with Ethereum. A lot of the coins, Theta's up, LTO, Digibyte. Digibyte's one coin that we've been watching. For you guys that've been tapping to the Patreon, you can see right here, this is the support that we were watching here. A lot of the fucking Rippleites came in, dumped, fucking bought Digibyte. People were dumping. But look at here. This is the support for you guys that are on the Patreon. Remember, this is the line that we're looking at. We had to hold this as support right here, in which we did, and now we're breaking back up. Me personally, I've been in it since 0.029, haven't sold yet. Even though we did get all the way up here and came back down, still holding this as support, and I want to see what that happens with that. If I go to the 8-hour chart, let's line it up with the 30-minute chart real quick. So you can see I had it written over here already. This right here has to hold its support. That arrow right here is going to show up right over here. Let me see. I don't know what's happened to it. Should be over here somewhere. It's not showing up, but that pink line right here that you guys see over here on Digibyte to the left, which is the 30-minute chart, that pink line that you guys see over here, that is the 200-day moving average. Now, the 200-day moving average on the 30-minute chart or 35-minute chart is basically the same thing as the 20-day moving average on the 8-hour. So for you guys that don't know, we were telling you guys, as long as we're over the 50-day moving average on the 8-hour, I mean, we're still bullish. I mean, and that's when we still kept that, even though we did move back to the 20-day moving average a bit. I mean, we dumped off, which is this right here, and we tested that as support, and we came back up. Look at that. Look at this 200-day moving average right here. Boom. We're right back over where we wanted to be. Now, all we have to do is get some action and take out this last high that we had over here. I mean, this is what we're looking at. For you guys that are on the Patreon, go look at our Digibyte photos and videos that we had. That price did dump off, and we're able to reclaim that support right here. So this is something we're going to be watching. We're going to keep up to date on that and show you guys for our Patrons. Remember that resistance right here. You want to watch that 0.033 level. If we don't get past there, and this thing looks like it still wants to dump off a bit, you guys know what to do. I mean, we can't tell you when to buy or sell, but we just want to watch this area. If we come up here and consolidate a bit and we can slow down a bit, you know what I'm saying? That could be a good indicator that we can go up some more. But we just want to watch this area right here around that dollar line up here. And obviously want to hold this as support around that 0.028 level. So that's for Digibyte. And that's all I have for right now for this live stream. We'll tap in even more. Cheers will have some coins for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, you know what I mean? Look and see what, you know what I mean, what coins are out there, man. We're not telling you what coins to buy or sell, but you know what I mean? This is alt season right here. This alt season is pumping. You know what I mean? We're taking profits across the board. And this is what the network is about. Also, if you're on the Patreon, scroll down. Make sure you hit the Telegram link. Hit us on the link. Get in the Telegram chat. It's popping over there. We appreciate all the support from everyone on the Telegram, on our Patreon. Make sure you click that link. And also all newcomers. If you're a newcomer to the Patreon, please check your DMs. You know what I mean? We do not give you financial advice. We're not financial advisors. But we do tell you guys, just because the prices are going up, don't just start buying things. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to tell you that on YouTube. These YouTube clowns over here, they're just going to tell you to buy just to get their bags bigger. But no, we actually use logic over here. We don't buy in the green. Now, obviously, if you're well vetted in this game and you understand the risk that you're taking, then, you know what I mean, people do FOMO in. You know what I mean? I just FOMO'd in today. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with FOMO in if you know what the fuck you're doing. So knowing if you're FOMOing in, that's at your risk. But usually when price is in like this, we do not buy in, and we don't tell you to buy in ever. So even if price was going like the yummy, we'll never tell you to buy. Simple as that. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for tapping in. Patreon.com/YFT Network. All right. Gone. Peace.